Alrighty, welcome back. I'm your man, Bad Chad, and we are on air. My queen, Jolene, is on the camera. And basically what we're going to do today is we've got the door top on. If you can take notice, we rounded the corner on the door top. So that's what we're going to do today. I have not got the door top on the other side yet, so we're going to have to do that first. So I'm really going to have to go for it. But everything that I've used on this side, I'm going to transfer it to the other side. And what I mean by that is a little piece of paper to make a pattern for the metal. I've got a little piece of the door that I cut off, so I'm going to transfer that onto that door top. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to get the door top put on in place and round the door corner at the same time. We've got the sail panel welded up. We've got the roof looking really good. Started stripping the door in this part. This is how far I went. You can see how far I am. I'm not with all the primer off. That's how far I scratched that before I go with the drill. There's the drill there. That's how far you go. If you leave paint on there, then you're going to be sanding the paint off. I like to get it just where it's at the primer stage or whatever's underneath of it, almost all the way off. So basically it comes off quick, it comes off easy. After that, I would hit it with an 80 grit, and then we'd have something that looks like that, or looks like that. Alrighty, we're going to put the door top on it, and basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut that in half, and then I'm going to start placing it on. You're going to watch me do it, I guess. I want to thank you for coming back, and I've got a bunch of work to do to get that door top on in a short amount of time. So start your camera, start your engines, right? Let's do it. On the other side, I took a little measurement from the top of the door. It was about 10.5 was where I cut it. So I'll just mark it and cut it there. Wherever I cut this stuff, like say if I cut this stuff, I'm just looking and seeing if it's all the same shape and the same size. So basically you wouldn't want to cut see how it's wider up here and the same down here. You wouldn't want to cut your door top up here and try to match up, because when you cut it off, this wouldn't come down and match up with this, because this is wider than that. So what I'm saying is generally you try to cut it in the middle where it's the same size. And that's why we cut up so far on the door post, because down here it got a little wider, and that's where you cut it generally. And it does not matter. I can cut it back here if I want to, because it looks about the same size. I can cut it up here if I want to. It looks about the same size. And anywhere's along that piece there. But I picked 10.5 on the other side. I'm going to do 10.5 on this side. So the door tops one door top was cut sort of and put on, but I had to take it off to get things, just to make it a little bit better. Straight cuts are always nice. Straight cuts are always nice. So there's the back piece. Here's the front piece. Now all I'm going to do is I'm going to take and try to put this piece, this round piece here, in the round of the door and mark it where I think it looks good, basically. Then I'm going to mark it. Take my tooth out. I'm going to take it back a little bit further. And we'll cut it a little bit long, just in case. Now we see this line here. That's the line we cut. We sort of want to make this one parallel with this one. So if I got this one on that angle, I want to try to make that line on that angle. Let's cut it. I try not to complicate this too much. And what I'm saying by complicate it is make it too difficult. I'm saying that we've got too much. Let's bring it down some. Let's take some off it. I may have left too much. Hoping I not left enough for the centerpiece, which I think I have, I hope. Sticking down there a little bit. We're getting closer. Gotta take some off on the back side. You see we got a gap there. I want to take some off on the back side. What I mean by the back side is this side. See it again? This is where my coat hanger really come in handy. This is where the coat hanger really come in handy. It's not fitting bad. I want to hit this in here a little bit. It's hitting up on the top. I'm going to make a noise. Hammer on the other side. Where'd you pick my hammer up, sweetheart? Body hammer. Awesome. Where we split this here and pull this out, I'm thinking it would turn this a little bit and bring it down towards the door itself. Door shuts nice, don't it? It's nice, but I'm pretty close. I'm going to take just another cut off that, and then I'll be safe. Okay, not minding that. At any point in time, if it looks like it's too close or it's not matching up, you can see right here, you can see the point of the door. I want this right here to match up. That right there inside there, that's not matching up. I'm gonna have to take my flapper wheel, make this piece fit that piece, and then I'll just weld the edge of it back together. But right now I'm going to take the welder. I didn't get that ready. I guess this one's hooked up, is it not? We'll take the welder and tack this piece on. So at any point in time, if you feel like your gap is off, no worries, do not worry. Just turn your welder on and weld up the edge of what you're doing, and then go from there. Because the reason I'm saying that, when I cut the back of the door off, there's an edge that I have to weld up, so there's no reason why you can't do it there. And there's no reason why I can't add a little bit of weld on the top of that. There's no reason to make the gap to where you want it to be. Got to get a helmet. It's a beautiful day here in Nova Scotia. Not as half as beautiful as Jolene though, not half. She got her little workout pants on. Man, I don't even want to be out here doing a video. But you know how it goes. There's no rest for the wicked. And Jolene's wicked. What's going on is I'm looking for, there's a little rubber that was inside there. I want enough gap in there for the door rubber. And basically I want that body line there to match up, is what I'm thinking would be my best position to weld that back on there, is to have that looking good. We'll tack it on. If we need to take it off, we will. Hope that makes sense. Got a little bit of gap going on here, so I'm just going to pull it out a little bit. Tag it on again. One tack, you can move it. Two, it's in place. Good. Door's shut. Door's fitting up here. Let's shut this off for a second. This piece here, hoping that we have enough here to do that. You can see, yeah, it's not bad. So basically keep all your stuff. I'm going to take a measurement from the top of this down to here, and then I'll know how much to cut off that. So we'll leave it 7 1/8 would be fine. 7 1/8. I'll cut below that. I'll leave them 2 black lines just in case, just in case. This is my door top. I have 2 other door tops off the back doors, but they're not the same shape or the same width. Where I became good with the coat hangers right here. Now I've got stuff up in there where I cut that post off. This post right here was right here. Instead of cutting this section all out and getting into the roof, I just cut it off flush with this. Now I'm going to flapper wheel that metal up there a little bit because it's hitting the top of the door, and I do not want it. Much stuff here. It's hard to believe, with a little tap of a hammer, some things seem to do the deal. Okay. Beautiful. You are, Jolene. Beautiful. You can see I'm hitting back there. And you know what? Does not bother me. Let's turn this on. If the door gap does not look perfect, I'm trying to get it to run up here half decent. Up along the top here. We're down, looks like we're down there just a little bit. We got room in there to push up too, so I'll end up pushing that up for shits and giggles. When I poop, I don't giggle. It's just a saying. So I want that up like that. I want to match up the best I can. Good. This drip rail molding can be manipulated up, down, that sort of thing. I hit that drip rolling, bring that molding down. I hit that drip rolling, whatever. It can be manipulated. I am going to weld that on there, even though that gap behind that door doesn't look the greatest. That's what's going to happen. Oh, don't want to do that. I'll put that back up in place. I just want to turn that out. Now we're in place. I'm just going to tack it in. Same distance. Just putting meat there so I can weld it. All right, let's see if we can get these two to match up. Will the door open? Sure it will. Good, door closes. All righty. This piece has got the molding in it. Yeah. Mark right there now. It's time to cut this. This is a little wider here, it looks like to me. This is what I like, this one on this side. My finger's smoking. Cut that. Smoking there a little bit, we got something. Gotta be careful with this sort of stuff. Going in at nighttime, and always make sure I stay out here a half hour after the last weld, just to make sure something like that, something smoking like that, you obviously know when there's smoke, there's fire. So you really have to just pay attention. On this one here, this is a little wider than the one in there, so I just cut that off and moved it in. Pretty basic thing. Right there, a little piece of that interior will catch on fire in there some quick. Got that too big. Just take some off it. It's too tight. big old jigsaw puzzle. Still in there? Huh? Ah, that's what's on fire. Little interior pieces there. Spray that with some water. I'll be out here until the end, so it's not going to. All right, I like it on that one. We've got a nice little distance coming away from that one, and then we'll make that one fit. We'll push on it, we'll do whatever we gotta do. Let's turn the welder on. So if something doesn't fit perfect, don't stress it too much, you know. When you're cutting cars apart and cutting the roof off and that sort of stuff does not fit perfect, not even close. You really have to finesse it. And what I mean by finesse it is work it a little bit. That's what I mean. Just trying to make this, I want this to line up. Don't care about the top, generally, and not really care about the bottom, but I gotta have that body line match up nice. Or I think I do. Or that's what I want. Now, I'm going to stress that out a little bit. I know that pulled that away, but I'm going to tack it again just to hold it. If I can get that. Just going to pry down. Just putting the screwdriver in there. Can you do? All right, Jolene's got the camera. She's got to just put it right where you know how to do it. We want right on that. Just hold it right on my thumb. Just a second now. Let me hold my thumb on it. Okay. Put your welder right straight on. Put it straight on, if you will.
Right up there.
Just a second.
Oops, sorry.
Right. Nail it.
Sorry.
Too far away, sweetheart. Come on. Go ahead. Good. I can't say nothing but you're good. She got her, boys. She got her. Got a nice little thing there. I'm going to nail it on because it's there. Just going to pull a few of the bottoms. Nice. Bottom is nice. Alrighty. We've got alrighty. I'm going to tack a few more tacks on this because the top of the door is not looking bad. I can run a little bit up in there. I can manipulate it all, as far as that goes. Alrighty, let's do this. Go. When I'm bumping it, I keep saying it, I'm just adding meat. A little spot there has got not much in it. Now, I can manipulate this up here a little bit with some whatever. I got the bottom here to kick up a little bit. Sort of want to get the door tight so I can open it and shut it before I... Just want to tuck that up, hanging down a little bit. Kind of needs a zip cut. Yeah. fits better. Alrighty. Door top is on. Fits good there. I'm gonna look at it this way. Man, you gotta check this sort of stuff. We're down here a little bit. The door top looks good this way, like all along there. That looks good. So we're gonna go with that. I'm gonna have to deal with that. I'll deal with that a little bit. I'm going to, I got some channel locks here. I'm just gonna, just because we're gonna be banging the door. I use channel locks quite a bit. Just gonna match that up. We'll have to clean that up. Probably should clean it up before I done that, but that's fine. I'm gonna clean it up anyways. Alrighty. Nice. That went well. So basically that's how to put a door top on. You can put it on any way you want to. I have this here not looking right anyways, but instead of me cutting that off and making it straight, because I would cut it, I just cut it up straight and make it straight. But I'm cutting the corner off, so I'll cut the corner off, I'll weld the corner up, and then I'll cut it, because we're not fitting good in the back. We've got this right here. I'm just going to take a flapper wheel, said where the point is, and I'll just flapper wheel that. You can see how tight it was basically originally. There's original from there to there. That's what the foot was. So I'm basically doing just as good or better. And what I mean by that, I'm just as good as they are. I'm just taking this piece here. This is a door on the other side, so that was this way. So I'm laying it on this way. So I'm basically going to trace it onto this door, just so we have something similar, basically. I'm going to stand back, take a look at it, see if I like it. If I like it, I'll cut it. If I don't like it, I'll fix it. Top of the door, not bad. Good. Let's take our little piece of paper, try this sucker out and see if it matches up. Basically, good. Actually, why not just do that? Just trying to make this the same distance as here. You know, just trying to come down a little bit further. All right, let's cut that off. And then we'll round that corner. Just leave my welding helmet on full time because I'm just changing hats all the time. Just seems to slow me down. Dear Lord, don't slow me down. Let's cut this bad boy off. Let's flapper wheel this the same time. I'm going to open this up. You can see how the door's not fitting there. But the main thing is we got that line fitting. That's the main thing. Now, you can come over here. You can see, that's how you take a door skin off actually. Just grind the edge and the door skin will split like that. See how that split like that? I'm going to have to come around with the welder and dot that together and then grind it off. So I'm just going to come around with the welder and dot that together. Exact same thing as what I'm going to do back here. Now we're still tight right there. Got a bigger gap there. We'll probably add some to that and take some off here. I'm gonna go with that for now because I think we need some down here other than taking more off there. Basically is what I'm thinking. All right, let's take the welder, turn that bad boy back on. On this sort of stuff, where the door top's got a bunch of, like it'd be hard to bend that door top. So when I weld this up, I'm just gonna weld it right along there. I'm not gonna use any air or anything like that. And the reason being is because the door top it's got a bunch of structure to it to hold it in place. So for me to warp the door top would be very hard. You know, you really had to put a lot of heat to it. Basically, I'm just going down the edge of it and the heat's probably just gonna run up along the top of it. But I do not use the air there. I'm not going to use the air there because I'm counting on, what am I counting on? Looks good. One little spot here I want to squeeze back together before I tack it together. So I'm just going to go run along that edge and I'm going to tack that all back together for me and you, baby. One layer there. Just got to build that up. Good. That became one layer. So I'm just going to mark this here for a second. From right here to down there, I'm going to put some weld. Just put a little bit of weld on it, tighten that seam up a little bit. That's all I'm going to do. Tighten that up a little bit. Tape or something in there burning. Don't want that dropping down your shoes, do you, baby? Yeah, that much door rubber hanging, exactly where I'm welding. Oh well. Oh well. So basically that's what I would do, or that's what I do. Tighten that back up again. And I can put a little more on it to make it better if I want to. That's probably for another time. I'm going to get a pair of these right here to squeeze this together on this side. And the reason being is it's kind of opened up on me. I'm trying to open the door and the welder is trying to shut it. All I'm doing is pinching it back together. Once I pinch it back together, I'll weld it. Alrighty. Hard to do this present second. Thanks, baby. You're the best. And if you don't get where you're going, once you grind it off, you see it's let loose again. Make sure that you go back at it and do it again. Like just weld it back up again. We have door top on. Everything's looking good. Matching up here. Got not a bad gap. I can run some up along there. You know how I'm going to do it, just like that. I got a little seam up there. I can run a little bit up top of there. It's all good. Now we're going to take a piece of, where's me hat at? Take a piece of paper and we're going to make this piece. Not sure which way that goes. You can go either way. Probably goes that way. Does not matter, but I'm going to trace it off. It fits so good it does not want to come out. That's how good it fits. Piece of paper, some metal. Baby put all this, she's just an awesome woman, putting all that metal right there for me so I can do my deal. That metal's too thin. I don't want to use any of that metal. There's a piece of 20 gauge there. I'm generally not fond of the 20 gauge, and the reason being is I just find it thin. And I've always used 18. So this is what we're going for. I had to manipulate that post quite heavy to get that making going right. We also have me and Jolene have come up with another idea to do something on that trim, and we're going to do it and show you, but we're going to wait. Alrighty, let's do this. Got a straight edge there. I always take a straight edge whenever I can get it, and you should too. Just at least just saves one cut. That's all it does. Saves one cut. If I could save two cuts, I would, but I'm going to save one. You can never have too many ways to cut something. I stress that all the time. And basically, this game I'm playing right here with this around in this door corner, it's just called fitting in the pieces that you need. To get what you need. Basically, I'm just fitting in the pieces. Now I figured out how got the door cut. Now I just got to put all the pieces back in, and that's what we're doing. Can you imagine if I did work off a bench? I might have got the door tops cut off by now. You know, if every time I went to a bench to do something, you can imagine how that would slow you down. I know we're born and bred to work off a bench, but I've just learned to do it as fast as possible. I'm going to pull this back some. I'm going to pull it back so I can get my gap going on, see where it looks best. I'm going to have to cut some off. That doesn't look bad. And I can grind it back there. I'm going to go with that. I'm going to cut that. I'm going to try it. Just cut that off a little bit. When I made the other piece, I had to cut that one too, so I'm okay with cutting this one. And if there's gap, it's called penetration. Okay, we're going to weld that up in there, and then we'll take the flapper wheel and flapper wheel it so it's good. So let's take and put our gloves on for a second. I'm just going to flapper wheel that clean up there so we can weld to it. Anyways, let's turn the welder on. I want to clean this up before I put it on there because it just look better. And match it up, and then I'll put it in place, I think. Nope. If I can't. Okay. Flushed it right there. It's good. I can open the door. Yeah. All right. I'm going to push that on, weld the bottom. Flushed out, it's good. Just take and flapper wheel it. I basically just want to take it off until it's completely welded there. I don't want to take it all back off. I find myself where I'm doing this a bare metal car, I find myself taking too much weld off sometimes. I'm not about that. You know, to me, I generally wouldn't take that much weld off, but where it's bare metal, I'm going for it a little bit, just kind of just taking a little more off. I welded it up good, so that should be okay. That's what I'm thinking anyways. I said, if you take too much off, just weld it again. So we're just going to take a little more off that piece up here where the mark is.
And there's no set rule on this. It's by the eye, whatever your eye feels like it wants. I could have took it up there, I suppose, even further or down further or whatever. It's up to the eye. What you like is where you take it. That's basically what I'm trying to say. On that little tiny sliver like that, don't come in with your welder and hit this piece. Hit this piece, and then go over and touch that little tiny piece. Just a little tip for whoever. Just a little tip. Now, I want to match the door and I want it to go in, so that trim is out above it. We're going to do something with that. So we'll see. And we're in above that, so good. We're on that, flush on that door. Good. Air hose. I'm going to weld that right across there and put an air hose on it because the heat would go to the roof. I just want to make sure that I do not disturb the roof. We've got the roof looking good. I do not want to disturb it. Little welds. Let's make her stick. Now what's going to happen now, where I've got that door on there and got that rounded, I have to build the inside. Are we going too long? 50. We're at 50? Basically, I'll just show it real quick. I'd say we got another 10 minutes. Piece right here. What I did is I took the other side. I measured this piece right here. Made it a little wide so I can grind off that little piece right there. And I have to have a piece going from here up to here. Let's go over the other side and take a look. Actually, I'll just take a flapper wheel, knock this off. I may as well use the other side. I have it, I already did it. This is a leftover piece. Now what I did is I took this piece, put it on here to this post. I'm just taking, measure that by that. Cut that off. Nice slamming doors. Beautiful. Cut this off. I'm going to just take a quick measurement on the other side, how far I bring that down. Well, just right to the bottom of that, I guess. Up just a bit. I'm going to talk Jolene for a haircut after this, I think. Baby, cut my hair. All right. Just going to move that in. I'll flapper wheel the inside of it off. Just up above this piece right here, up above there. Just going to knock that on there. Now, it's not the nicest, but now that I got it tacked on there, now I can shape it. Hoping it doesn't hit. Come take a look, baby. Come just around this side. You can see I got all kinds of gap for the top of the door. I'm looking for this piece to go inside that piece. Looks like all kinds of gap. So now I just got to take a piece of triangle. We'll flapper wheel this off, put a piece of triangle in there. I may as well do it. Got another piece right there, just like that. We'll turn this off. I just need a smaller one of these. Come here now. Come here, piece of paper. Always take a straight edge if possible. Always take a straight edge if possible. Just going to draw that there. I'm probably just going to make it. I'm going to cut it, and then I'll make it after I get that piece cut here, and then I can make it smaller anytime I want to. We'll make it. Sometimes you'll see a custom car and you won't notice that stuff. Like on Elvis, all the door corners, I rounded all the door corners on it. It's a bunch of work, and for someone to not notice it, it's okay. But if you're into custom cars at all, you're out walking around. I know it's hard to know which cars have round corners and which cars don't, but it shows a lot of work when someone has taken the time to round the corners on the doors of their car. I mean, it takes time. It takes time. I think a lot of the Chryslers, had, I know for a fact that the corner is going to hit inside there. I don't need that corner. I'm just going to cut it off. Oh, don't need quite a bit of it actually. So I'll just stick that in there. Cut it again. There's nothing wrong with cutting it again, is there, baby? Huh? Nothing wrong with it at all. Don't know if I can cut that with that, but I'm gonna try. Cut that off. Cut that off. Hard to cut. It's going to be hot. I know that already, but I'm going to go for it. Can't help it. Now, I'm going to weld that in there. What the hey? Turn on the welder. Thank you, sweetheart. She's holding the door for me. I'd hold the door for you, baby. I'd hold the door for you. Guaranteed I would. I'm gonna say ouch, burnt me. Just like I knew it would. I'm gonna just pull that right there. Just gonna take the grinder, knock it back just a little tiny bit. Remember, we had lots of room there, so we should be fine. Just gonna tack it at the top. Solder's a little close. I'll adjust her here. Spot there I need to fix. Now basically, now I need a piece in here. And you know what's going on. I just got to make a little piece that goes in there and finishes that. Nothing to it. So now I'm going to lay a piece of paper up underneath here, trace that off, and then weld it right along there and weld along this edge. And we're donezo. What do you think, sweetheart? Everything's quite rigid in here, so I'm not really worrying about the heat. I'm not putting a lot of heat to it anyways. So, piece of paper up in there, make the pattern, weld it along this edge, weld it down around there, close it up, call it donezo. So there's the top of the door with the door top rounded in the hour. Not bad, Mr. Hiltz, not bad. Not bad. So what I have to do is I have to go around and just keep fixing things, basically. Just keep fixing things, and what I mean by fixing things is keep welding it, making sure everything's in the right position so it stays in position. Alrighty, everybody, like, share, comment, ring my bell, and have a fantastic rest of your day. I'm going to have a fantastic rest of my day. I'm enjoy fabricating on this car. Basically what I have to do is get this all tidied up, get the door stripped down. There's a bunch more work to it. You come back tomorrow and we'll have something else good for you. Alrighty, have a good one, everybody.